Hi everyone, welcome to a new devlog. This week I have a lot of changes to show you, from camera settings to the beginning of the development of the stealth system with crouch and many more things. So let's get started. As I said in the introduction, this week I have made a lot of adjustments that, although they are small, I think they improve the experience and the game. One of these changes has been with the camera. Now the camera is a little bit offset to the right, leaving the player to the left of the screen, instead of being totally centered. This is inspired by some games that use the same technique, such as God of War. I found this approach very interesting as it seems to increase the visibility of the player. I'm very interested to know if you like more to have the player totally centered or displays on the screen. Please leave a comment below with your preferences. On the other hand, I have added a change in the field of view of the camera. So when the speed of the player passes a certain limit, I change the field of view, increasing the feeling of speed. A very simple trick that is very effective and also makes the game more dynamic. Another change I have made is the new IK system. Howling Tales already had IK, but it was quite imperfect and also gave some problems. The new system is developed as an actor component, so it was very easy to add it to other characters like enemies. The new system is based on the new tutorial of Gamedev teacher. The tutorial is in French, but is very easy to follow, and is one of the best I found. I'll leave the link in the description if you are interested. When using this new system, I had to make a change of skeletons for the characters, which implied a lot of changes, especially in the animations and montages. Despite the work involved in converting the skeletons to the mannequin skeleton, now everything works correctly and looks much better. Besides, I learned the process that always scared me so much, to re-import characters with new skeletons. This week I started the development of the stealth system and the player can now crouch, as you can see. The crouch is based on a tutorial by Aspland. I'll leave the link in the description in case you are interested. The idea is you can go unnoticed when you crouch and you can attack enemies from behind. I have started the back attack system, but it's still a work in progress. Besides, the player model doesn't have the correct proportions and doesn't look very refined. One of the most interesting things is the dynamic camera system that I have created for the back attacks that I will also apply to the finishers. As you can see, it gives a more cinematic effect and everything happens in real time. The system is quite ingenious and simple. I have a blueprint with a camera, and what I do is just move the actor in the position and rotation of the player, and activate the rotation around him. I use the Set View Target with Blend node to change the cameras, which also gives me more control over the transition from camera to camera. Finally, I have started to design the inventory screen. I'm at that point where systems are getting more complex because they are related to other systems. I mean, in the stealth system, to be able to do a back assassination, you have to have daggers equipped. But to be able to equip different weapons, you need an inventory. So to add a feature, I have to develop 3. Here you can see the UI design for the inventory. It will be composed of 2 screens. In the first one, we can see all our inventory and available slots. We can filter by category similar to Zelda, Breath of the Wild. At the moment, we have melee weapons, shields and armor. Firearms, yes, we will have some very rudimentary firearms, such as blunderbusses. And finally, potions and food. When we click on a slot, we will see the characteristics of the selected object, and we will have the option to equip it or throw it away if we are not interested. Inventories are quite complex and I have tried to use existing solutions from other games. If you know of any game that has a very good inventory, please leave a comment below, I would love to take a look. And that was this week's progress. As always, if you like this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and leave your comments if you have any questions or suggestions. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week.